Hey guys, it's day 14 of my 31 Days of Fright marathon. And the last few days I did insect movies, like little creepy crawly little things. We're going to continue that today. And what's today's movie? Well, it comes from one of our greatest producers of all time in the low class B movie category, Roger Corman. Yeah, Roger Corman produced this movie and a lot of other movies, but we're going to talk about this one specifically. So, what's this movie? The Nest. Yeah, The Nest. Yeah, what can you really have with The Nest? I mean, a lot of things have nests, like bees have nests, well, they have hives, but you get the idea. So, what is today's insect? Because it is an insect this time. So what is it? Well, let's go in and find out. This is The Nest. Yes, we're getting into one of the nitty gritty of these animal attack films. You know, everyone's favorite insect. We're talking about cockroaches today with this movie. Yeah, it seems like everyone that doesn't really care for insects specifically hate cockroaches for some weird reason. I don't really know why, but it just seems to be the case. Anyway, so what's the whole plot of this movie? Well, the plot starts out in this small, island little town. Kind of reminds me of Jaws with their little, beach town. Yeah, the typical sheriff walking around dating the diner waitress. You got the exterminator riding his moped around. Classic stuff. Then they realize they have a problem with some roaches, but not any kind of roaches. These roaches swarm you and eat you. Or any other animal attacks movie. Typical stuff.
You're biting my hand.
Take your hand out. Take your hand out.
And do you know how they determine that these cockroaches eat things? They use a fucking cat as bait. I mean, come on. You could have used anything else. You could have used, meat, ground beef, or a steak. No, let's get the motherfucking cat to be our bait, fuckers. Anyway, it seems like these cockroaches just eat everything to the bone in sight. Well, we come to find out that these cockroaches were an experiment. An experiment of what? Well, we'll come to that later. But yeah, these cockroaches are raining hell over this town. I mean, they fucking take over everything. They take over the diner, they take over this, they take over the good junkyard, this guy's trailer, everything. So we get to the point of why these cockroaches even exist. Apparently there was an experiment to try to kill all the roaches by using roaches. Yeah, I guess the idea was that they would introduce roaches that would eat roaches, and that the roaches that ate the roaches would die off in one generation, so the other roaches wouldn't eat anything else when they killed the roaches. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me too. Yeah, but the cool thing is that the roaches actually, when they eat something or they keep something alive and they don't kill it right away, it mutates into a roach. That cat that they just had, it turned into a roach cat.
Homer, go upstairs and get my gun.
Pretty weird. And yes, we have to get the human cockroach hybrid thing. This scene kind of reminds me of The Fly, with Jeff Goldblum turning into The Fly. It's obviously not as good, but it's something for a low-budget Roger Corman production. It does the job. So anyway, they're actually on the niche of time because apparently the military or some government organization of some type is trying to come in and basically exterminate the whole island so those roaches don't go on the mainland. I mean, pretty excessive. They're planning on gassing in a whole island to kill these things. But apparently if they ignite the lighthouse, that gives them a signal to that everything's clear and they can't bomb the place with smoke and gas. And that's pretty much the movie. Pretty short and sweet. You know what I give The Nest? I give it a solid 3 stars. It's actually not that bad. I mean, if you're a fan of Roger Corman, you're definitely going to like this one. Definitely classic low B range horror movie. But that's what Roger Corman's good at, you know? Like, you know what you're getting at when you're watching something produced by Roger Corman. So, if you like that stuff and haven't seen it, it's actually not that bad. You can check it out on Amazon Prime, and tomorrow's our last insect movie. What is it going to be, Hayden? Well, you gotta wait till tomorrow. And until then, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.